Hey guys, what's up? So the next poem I'm going to be reading is poem 835, which is actually a short story, and it's called The Hunter and Its Prey. This is obviously a supernatural story about a hunter going after a werewolf because he thinks that the alpha murdered his whole family. But of course, there's much more that he doesn't know, that he's about to be educated about this war. The metaphor behind all of this is about racism, actually. I really love the twist and how things are completely reversed. The Hunter and Its Prey. Okay, so we found the last one. There's an older gentleman reading a map on a portable tracker, a size of a phone. Both he and I are looking at the area. There's a red dot beeping. It's moving extremely fast. He touches the screen and with both fingers enlarges the area and focuses in at the direct destination in the woods. I grabbed my axe and 15 sharp silver arrows and put them in my bag on my back near the bow. What do you think you're doing? You can't go in those woods. It's the last werewolf, and he's the alpha. You can't take him by yourself. I look at my forearm. There's a tattoo of two roses with stems wrapped around one another. I have to. This war's got to come to an end. The older man moved his head back and forth, disappointed. Your father would have wanted you to go with the crew. I turned to the side, thinking he said something. What did you say? He shook his head. Nothing, just be careful. So I took the Hummer and drove to the woods, taking the tracker with me. The moon was the brightest and strongest I've ever seen it. There were dozens of skinny, tall trees. There was some fog as well, but it wasn't a lot, enough to see my surroundings. I didn't see the dot anywhere on the tracker. I heard a noise behind me. I pulled out my bow, placed an arrow, and was about to aim when I noticed it was just a deer. I took a deep breath when I felt a rush of wind pass behind me. I turned around with quick reflex, making the tracker fall, shattering. Come out, I'm not afraid of you. I moved a few steps forward, making the leaves crunch. Suddenly, something jumped from one of the trees up above, all the way down on me, and everything blacked out. I opened my eyes. It was the next morning. I'd fallen asleep, but I realized everything was upside down. Actually, I was hanging upside down from a tree. I heard a man clap while laughing. Oh, look what we have here. The amazing hunter. Have you even hunted a werewolf before? I moved back and forth, but there was no use, and he had taken my weapons away. This war's gotta end. All of you savage creatures need to be eliminated. He moved rapidly from tree to tree while speaking until he made it right next to my ear. You have no idea the history of why this war began. My face started to get red. You killed my family. Your species deserved to be extinct. He laughed again. Let me educate you. Your father and mother were hunters. They both had blood of generations of hunters from history, which, by the way, it was predicted that a werewolf's first instinct is to attack. We were what you humans call monsters, but all we wanted to do was live. I kept nodding my head. I don't believe you. He grabbed my wrist and turned it around, revealing the tattoo of the two roses. Your family, I didn't kill. That was another pack. However, your wife and daughter, I did scratch. I didn't have to kill them. However, you made that decision on your own. I was trying to see if you could ever have compassion, but even with that, you hated my kind so much. I started to scream as loud as I could as tears started to come down. Don't worry, I'm going to let you go, but I have a gift for you. I stopped screaming and noticed he pulled out gloves from his leather jacket, putting them on. His fingers approaching me. He pulled out a silver ring that resembled my wedding band. It also had a chain with it. Remember this? You wanted it back, don't you? He shoved the ring in my mouth. As black fumes started to come out from my nostrils, I spit it out as my eyes widened. What did you do to me? The rope was snapped, and there was a scratch behind my back. I fell down as I heard the echoes in the woods. Now you have no other choice but to take my path. Welcome to the pack.